Hi everyone, Christian von Koenigsegg here. I'm very excited to show you all the pre-production Koenigsegg Jesko. This is a validation car that we built according to the principle of the production line and is getting very, very close. There are still a few details that will be slightly different, like the seats, the steering will be a little bit upgraded, small things, but this is extremely close. So I'm very, very excited to show you more details about this and for you to experience it a little bit almost firsthand through this video. So please follow me around the car and we'll first start to look at it from the outside. So this orange color actually harks back to the Koenigsegg CCR days. We came up with this color back in 2004 and it was very synonymous for our cars back then. Almost 50% of the Koenigsegg's were orange. So it's pretty cool to paint this car in this color. It really brings back a lot of memories. But when you start looking at the car as a whole, you can still see a lot has changed since 2004. Everything is a little bit more extreme, even though the concept is the same. If we start looking here at the front, we can see these new amazing air core carbon fiber wheels. These front wheels actually weigh under 7 kilos. And inside the wheels, we can see the new, very large Koenigsegg brake calipers and brake discs that we develop in-house for the car. And here we really push the boundaries of braking capability, where we have stainless steel pistons with extra heat shielding for the caliper blocks, and we really went all in on optimizing the strength and lightweighting of this caliper. So here we're talking about next level braking performance. The tires that wrap our hollow carbon fiber wheels are latest generation Michelin Pilot Sport Cup or Cup R tires even. And yeah, we're so proud and happy of our collaboration with Michelin and what they managed to give us over the years of tires for top speed capability, handling and consistency. That's very, very much part of the total package. And we also developed the car starting from the tire and upwards. Everything ties together to our footprint in the ground. You might have seen the aero features of the Jesko track before, or Jesko Attack as we now call it. We have Jesko Absolute, which is the high-speed version, and then we have Jesko Attack, which is more the track attack focused car, which we have in front of us today. So we have this massive front splitter, a massive air dam going through the front luggage compartment to add even more downforce. This means we cannot actually store the roof of the Attack version in the front because we have this air dam, but we also had to add a triplex suspension to the front, similar to that we have in the rear, because the downforce is so high on the car that we need that to be able to hold it up. And not only that, we had to actually put an hydraulic tensioner on the triplex suspension as part of holding the car up. So the faster we go, we actually pre-tension the triplex spring to create even more stiffness. The triplex suspension now also front and rear has active bump and rebound dampening together with the active bump and rebound dampening of the other shock absorbers. So this is taking suspension technology to the next level, but also to the next level of complexity. It's really a whole universe of possibilities to set this up. So we had to spend a lot of time optimizing this for the best behavior. And what a result it is. We're going to be so excited to show the capabilities of this car on the road and on the track as we go forward. And if we follow around the car, we can see we have the traditional big side air intake of Koenigsegg's, where we have the big intercoolers on the sides of the car, feeding the engine and cooling the massive turbos. We have a new set of air intakes here compared to previous Koenigseggs on the side rollover bars, and that's actually the left and right side air intake for the engine breathing. This meant we could open up the rear window quite a lot, so we have a wider, longer, bigger rear window, so we actually for the first time have a reasonable rear view out of the car. It's actually pretty good. At the same time, we also raised the window compared to earlier Koenigseggs, so we have even better visibility out of the car, and we stretched the monocoque 50 millimeters, so it's the roomiest Koenigsegg we ever made, which is quite exciting. We can fit really large people inside this car comfortably. We have the massive top-mounted active rear wing that we pioneered on the Koenigsegg 121, and then made a refined smaller version for the Agera RS. And here we're really taking it to the next level. It's a massive rear wing. And you can argue, you can put other systems to create downforce, so you don't have to have a wing like fans and other things. But this is actually, from our perspective, one of the most efficient, lightweight downforce creating apparatus you can put on a car. And we can keep the bodywork extremely sleek and low drag as we have lifted this completely off of the body. And as it's top mounted, we don't disturb the underflow of the wing with mounts, which is actually the area of the wing that generates the most downforce. And this was very radical when we did it first time on the 121, and it's still radical today. And I would say no one else that I've seen in this marketplace executed to this level. We now have the exhaust a little bit lifted up, straight out back, and what an exhaust note it is. The engine having no flywheel or clutch at all, as the clutches are inside the transmission. They're tiny and small and sits on the shafts instead of synchronizations like you have in a normal gearbox. We actually have a crankshaft with no flywheel or clutch that kind of stops the inertia in revving. So it feels very much like a super extreme race engine, almost like a Formula One engine. And it's hard to believe it's a 5-liter twin turbo V8 when you hear the engine and you hear the responsiveness of the engine. And this, of course, with a tight geared 9-speed transmission means you have no lag of power or response, and you can jump from any gear to any gear as fast as the one next to it, and that is completely unique in the world of hyper and mega cars, and we will show that capability later on in this video as well. It's just something I'm so proud about this car. It's a huge achievement for our team, and that I got to name it after my beloved father, who was so instrumental in helping out getting me started once upon a time. It's just a great honor for me. So what else to say? I think we should look inside. Yes, I want to show you the interior of the amazing Jesko. You can recognize this as a Koenigsegg, but everything is actually new. If we just started looking at this door side here, it resembles with this unique Koenigsegg door hinge we have on all our cars. But in this case, it actually is twisted, so the door swings outwards, forwards, and upwards to clear the ground better. So we actually have a new patent for this as well. The door side is also a little bit redesigned. The door is a little bit longer. Up here we have the side airbag, like in the Regera, and in the Agera we have a similar kind of secret little door pocket here where you can put your wallet and stuff, and it's actually a void going forward. So when the door opens, your stuff doesn't fall out, even if the lid would open, which it shouldn't. We have 2 cup holders, because why not? It should be a practical car. We have, again, a shifter here, which is kind of unique for a modern Koenigsegg. And it has this U-pod function built into it, which is ultimate performance on demand. So you have first your kind of normal backwards and forwards clicks for sequential shifting. And then you have the function of a double click forward or a double click backwards, which means it jumps to the furthest gear away from where you are without over or under revving. So for example, if I'm in the 6th gear cruising at 70 kilometers per hour and I want to have a quick acceleration, I push hard on the throttle, you start to feeling the torque, of course, and then I do a double click forward like this. It jumps immediately down to 3rd gear and 7,000 RPM with no hesitation, just as fast as it was the next gear. And that is really the amazing part of our super lightweight, super fast shifting, light speed transmission. It is something we're very, very proud of, and that makes this car so unique. But there are, of course, a lot of other functions and features. I mean, it's very much a practical car. You have a glove box here, which you open through the screen where you can charge your phones. You have a glove box compartment here with 3 USB-C chargers. You have great interior lighting. You have pockets behind the seats. You, of course, small sun visors. And also a little bit bigger cockpit area than previously. We have this very unique steering wheel on this car, which kind of shares the technology also with the Gemera, where we have the screen that moves together with the steering wheel. This is now still a little bit pre-series, so we're smoothing out the software so it's moving even smoother in the production car. And it really gives kind of this new level of experience for the driver. It's very, very driver's focused and compact and in the line of sight on a horizontal angle. So the advantage of this compared to having a binnacle here is that when you turn your wheel, normally you wouldn't see it, but here you still see it perfectly and level. So that's very unique. We've also gotten rid of the stalks on the car. So we have these buttons for turn signal here. We have this haptic touch feel colored screens, which means you get force feedback, but you still have active graphics. So let's turn that back on again. You have high-low beam here, you have washer with washer fluid, and then of course you have your shifters here, all integrated into this super unique steering wheel. And as on all Koenigsegg's, we have the key on the magnet holder here, which identifies that you are in the car and that you have the right to drive it. The key is new for the Jesko, a little bit slimmer, and we have this leather patch here that can match the interior, where the symbols are embossed for all the functions. For the auto skin, for the ghost mode, where we can do this theater of everything moving up and down. It's really pretty cool. Also upgraded sound system. The screen is an evolution of what we've had in our parallel cars. All the electronic systems are over-the-air upgradable, so we will keep on adding functions and features, but it's really quite fully stacked with Apple CarPlay and navigation, different music sensations, and of course a lot of modes for track use, wet snow, on and off stability control, launch control, anything you would expect from a modern mega car. So yeah, let's take it for a drive. So here we go, U-Pod. That sound, it's just so emotional, just directly connected to the engine. It's just amazing. I'm just going to show you some fun track driving with the Jesko pre-production car. It's not fully fine-tuned yet, but you'll see it's quite exciting. So here we go.